Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Swati. So today's session is for the students, to those students who are preparing for NTA UGC NET June 2024 cycle and for the commerce and management. In today's lecture, we are going to continue our business economic crash course, and this is a part 3. So today's lecture, we are going to studying about the utility concept, budget line concept, and the many more. So let's start. Before we start, I will quickly tell you about the global online. So new batches will be going to be started from the 27th of the May. Here you will get complete course of the commerce and management, daily live lectures, and if you miss any kind of daily live lecture, the recorded lecture is also available on the app. And here you will get complete course, complete syllabus notes on the PDF format, and here you will get full syllabus mock test, more 4000 MCQ series questions with a detailed solution, PYQs with a detailed solution, and here you will get complete paper 1 is free of cost if you register yourself for the paper 2. And global online provide you 20% discount on the fees on this amount, 8000 rupees. You, if you register for yourself for paper 2, you will get paper 1 is free of cost. And the WhatsApp number is given in your screen. So for more detail you can get in touch with this contact number. So how to download the global online app? Go to Google Play Store, then download the global online, then register yourself with your mobile number, and after that go to my course, and here you will search your whatever the course do you want. Okay, after you register yourself for the course, you will get all the material, all the recorded lectures, everything in a very systematic manner in the PDF format, unit wise. Okay, so it is about the global online. So let's start our topic of the today, that is utility. So first thing, that is what is a utility? Utility is nothing but a power. Power for what? Is a power of commodity to satisfy human wants. Yes, so utility having a power to satisfy the human's want. Okay, human having a have a wants, and how they satisfy it. So they're having a utility, how to utilize your resources. That is a utility, and utility having a power. This utility concept is introduced by the Bogdan. Okay, Bogdan in 1949 and the Taylor in 1950. And further, also the utility is developed by the Cronbach and the Glacers in 1965. Okay, so this is an important thing, so you have to keep in your mind, that is the utility is introduced by the Borgen in 1949. After that, in 1950, Taylor gives a modification, and after that is further is developed by the Cronbach and the Glaser in 1965. Okay, so what are the features of the utility is subjective, you can see that, you can touch it. Okay, so it is a subjective, it is a related and the variables. Here is a abstract that cannot be seen and touch or felt. You can see the utility, where it is utility. Can you touch the utility? No, it is a desire. Okay, to satisfy your wants. Okay, not easily measurable, you are unable to measure. How do you measure? Because it is untouchable. It's about the state, it's about the human internal feelings. Okay, we satisfy the human wants, that is the utility. The total different from the uselessness and the morality. Okay, and utility and the pressures are unrelated, they are unrelated. Okay, there is a pleasures and the utility are, they're unrelated. If you are get a pleasure from something, that means not do you having a utility. If you are getting pleasure from the alcohol, consuming alcohol, is it having a utility? No, is it do not have a utility. If you if you smoke smoking, so it is you get a pleasure. Okay, the sorry the people's get a pleasures, but sorry for that, but people get a pleasures, but that means they having a utility? No ma'am, that do not having a utility. Okay, so So utility is it's unrelated with the pleasure and the form of the basis of the demand. So now the utility is the what exactly utility we are going to study, that is a marginal utility. I have already told you about the meaning of the marginal. So in the previous lecture, again I'm telling you that is marginal is nothing but additional. Okay, it's nothing but additional. So addition of what? Additional utility. Okay, additional utility. If you consume a gulab jamun, okay, you know that is gulab jamun. Okay, if you consumed gulab jamun, one gulab jamun, you're satisfied more. Again you consume more, you satisfy. The after you consuming 10 gulab jamuns, then after you feel that no, it is enough now, I'm not able to eat it. So what is happening when you consume one gulab jamun? What happening? You get a pleasure, you get the you just feel that utility. Wow, it's yummy. Okay, and after that again you consume the one gulab jamun, so you satisfy. Okay, yes, it's again you consume one more gulab jamun. So it consuming more and more, that means addition, adding one more. So this addition is a marginal, that is a marginal utility. You are getting the utility but in a marginal way. And marginal means you're getting utility but your satisfaction is going to be down very gradually. Okay, so the additional utility derived from the additional unit of the commodity. When you get additional utility, it's derived from the when you get the additional unit. If you not get, if you only consume one gulab jamun or two gulab jamun, this is not additional things. Okay, when you're now, well, the utility, the marginal utility is classified by in the actually marginal utility having a two phases, that is a positive phase of the marginal utility and the negative phase. What is the positive phase and what is the negative phase, ma'am? So positive phase is a consumption of an additional item increase the total utility. If your total utility is increasing, if you're eating one more, eating one more, so what is happening over there? That is the positive. You're getting a positive response. What is the negative utility, ma'am? The consumption of additional item decreasing the total utility of the item, that is a negative utility. Okay, now what is total utility, ma'am? We have compare with the total utility. So what is about the total utility? Total utility is nothing but the overall satisfaction. Okay, overall satisfaction. Okay, so overall satisfaction of a consumer derived from the consumption of the particular goods. Not if when you are calculating the utility, you have the specific with your goods. Okay, one time you consume one types of goods. If you're consuming one time, you're consuming gulab jamun, one time you're consuming a rasgulla, this is not going to be done. Okay, working over here. So if you consume, if you wanted to count your utility or identify your utility, how much you are able to eat it the gulab jamun, and how much you get if you eat 5 gulab jamun, then what is your utility? So this is kind. So you have to, at a time you have to eat one gulab jamun or one goods. Okay, now how to calculate it? So tu is equals to u1, that means utility of one. After that mu. Why mu? Because I'm adding second, that is a marginal utility of second. After adding second, again I add one more, that is marginal utility of third, and it is a marginal utility of n numbers. Okay, so this way we calculate a marginal total utility. So how do you calculate your marginal utility? The marginal utility is calculated by change in total utility, change in total utility divided by change in quantity consumed. Okay, quantity consumed, change in quantity consumed. In this way you can calculate your marginal utility. Okay, so the changes is denoted by this triangle. Okay, you know. Now, the marginal utility is change is total utility divided by quantity is equals to, and how do you calculate these changes? Whatever the unit you have consumed, so from that unit you have to reduce your additional unit, and after that the changes, that means quantity 2 divide minus by quantity 1. So this is the changes. Okay, when you're comparing between the two. Okay, so this is marginal utility. Now, relationship between the total utility and the marginal utility. This is a really important concept because this is really important for the exam perspective. First you have to understand this table, and after we are going to study about this diagram which is given, and after that I will tell you about this all things. Now, first of all, you understand the table. Here, what is the cup of the tea consumed per day? Okay, you're consuming. You like tea? Yes, I don't like tea. Okay, so your cup of tea. Here, what is there is a 1 cup of tea, 2 cup. This is an addition. This is a number. Nothing but it is a number. Okay. Now, what is what is here is the total utility is given. When you consume the first cup of your tea, you will get a total utility 12. Okay. After you're consuming the second, your total utility is 22. Wow. Now third, then is 30. And after that, the fourth unit, your total utility again increasing. Your what is happening over here? Total utility is increasing. Okay, increasing here, increasing. And after that, in the fifth, total utility again increasing. That is a 40. Yes. Then sixth, when you consume your sixth cup of tea, after that you can there is then it's again increasing 41. And after that in this after six this in this seventh stage, the utility is going to be decreasing, again decreasing in the eight. So what is happening is just see the difference. Here is you will get a difference of the 10. Okay, here you will get a difference of 8. Here you will get a difference of 6. Here it is 4. Here it is 1. Here it is a -1, and here it is a -5. Okay, so what is just evaluate this? What is happening over here? Here is happening that there is an increasing. You see that all the total utility is increasing, but in what rate? In a diminishing rate. You know that there is a difference between the first cup and second cup is 10, but after second and third there is also increasing your utility, but the rate is decreasing. That is 8, then 6, then 4, then 1. So what is the total utility is increasing, but increasing at a diminishing rate, not an increasing rate. Okay, so you understand, hope you understand the total utility. Now what is about the marginality? You know that how to calculate marginality? Total changes, percentage change in total utility divided by quantity. Okay, so here you can see that is a 12. Okay, 12. So this is 12 is as it is. Then after that there is a difference of the 8. So I write it 8. After why is I'm just taking the quantity is only 1 over here, because you're cupping, you're consuming only one adding your one cup of tea. So that's why it's divided by, that means there is an 12 divided by 1. Okay, there is a difference is 10. That means 10 divided. How do you calculate it? Just total utility divided by change in quantity. Here is 12, 22 minus 12 divided by 1. So what is that? Is a 10. Okay, divided by 1. So like this. Okay, here the difference is there. Total utility is 8. Here is a 10, 8, 6, 4, 1, -2, and 5. Okay, -2 and 5. So this is how this way you calculate your marginal utility. Let's allow now I will just think all this is a table format. Okay, now the same things we are going to uh, evaluate in the diagram form, because we understand the things very well when it is come in the diagramical or graphical format. Okay, so let's understand. So this is the total utility over here. This is a quantity. Okay, this is a marginal utility over here, and this is a quantity. Because we are comparing the total utility with the marginal utility, that's why we draw this two different diagrams over here. Now let's understand what is going over here. Let's understand. This is the total utility. Why this is total utility? Because here you can see that is the total utility is increasing. So this is a 12th point. Okay, there is a utility, then it is a 22th point, and the 30, then 36, like this. Okay, so what is going on? This total utility is increasing over here. At that point, what is happening? The marginal utility is going down. You can see there is an increasing total utility, the marginality decreasing. Increasing totality, marginal utility is still decreasing. Increasing totality, marginal utility is still decreasing. And this is a point. This is a point where what is happening? The total utility is maximum. Where a total utility is maximum? In this 6 point, that is 41. Here you can see. Here you can see that is here is the marginal utility is 1. So what is happening over here? When the total utility is maximum, when the total utility is maximum, then the marginal utility will be 0. It's rich at the point of the 0. So here is the marginal utility is 0. Now what is happening? After that, after this point, you can see the total utility is going to be decreasing. Okay, and what is the situation of the marginal utility will be is it is negative. It's going to be negative. Okay, going to be negative. So the things which I written, which I have wrote over here, that is marginal utility goes on diminishing. Marginal utility goes on diminishing. Yes, ma'am. As a consumer consume more and more units of the commodity. Okay, when he consume more and more units of commodity, marginality, you can see the marginality is going to be decreasing. What is happening now? The total utility is increasing. You can see here marginality decreasing. What is happening here? Here you can see that is total utility is increase, but the thing is that in a diminishing rate, ma'am, in a diminishing rate. Okay, so there is an inverse relationship between the marginal utility and the stock of the commodity. Here now, when the marginal utility is 0, here is the marginal utility is 0. What happened with the total utility? Total utility at at a maximum level. Okay, it is at the maximum level. Now, then it is a point of the maximum satisfaction. That is the point of the safety. That is here if you need to stop eating gulab jamun. Okay, if you eat more, then again you want to test your utility. So eat more of gulab jamun. What happened next? Let's see. So the marginal utility become negative over here. Here you can see the marginal utility is going to be decreasing. Okay, and the total utility start diminishing. Okay, they're diminishing. So this is the area of dissatisfaction, where you're dissatisfied with the, now I'm not going to eat one more addition of the gulab jamun. I'm just over it. I'm just done it. So here this is a point when you just just want to say that no, I don't want this anymore right now. अब मैं पूरी जिंदगी भर गुलाब जामुन नहीं खाऊंगी, like this. Okay, so this is the way. Hope you understand this very well. Now the next thing, that is the difference between the what is the cardinal and the ordinal. There are the two utilities, and these utilities is on the cardinal basis and it is the ordinal basis. So in the cardinal basis, that means you can measure. So when you are able to measure your utility, you're able to measure your utility, it is a law of diminishing marginal utility. Okay, there is use a law of diminishing marginality. And in case of what is about the ordinal utility, ma'am, so the ordinal utility is nothing but a indifference curve, IC curve. Heard about that. That is the IC curve. In this curve, I'm just giving the short information. The IC curve is if your satisfaction is going great. So what is happening over here? IC curve moving to the right. So increasing IC curve, okay, that means you are getting a more satisfaction. So this is a utility. Now let's compare the cardinal utility with the ordinal utility. So cardinal utility means that is a measurable. You can measure in numbers. Okay, so you can see that in the law of diminishing marginality, in this we can measure it. Okay, we just put it the numbers, then we calculate it. So this is what? This is measurable number in a numerical value. So what about the ordinal utility? Not measurable the numerical value when we consume the certain product. Okay, what is about the cardinality? Obviously it is a quantitative approach, because we can measure it. Okay, what is about the ordinal utility? It is a qualitative approach, because sorry, we are unable to measure. Now what is happening with the cardinal utility? Cardinal utility is a less realistic. Yes, it is a less realistic because we are not because we can't see it, we can't touch it. The reason is same. We can study how do we calculate in numbers. Okay, so it is a less realistic, but the ordinal utility, that means IC curve, is more realistic. So based on the utility analysis, okay, cardinal utility is based on the utility analysis, or either you can say law of diminishing marginal utility law. Okay, and the ordinal utility is based on the IC curve analysis. Okay. Now, it is developed by the Marshall and the Robertson. What cardinal utility is developed by the Marshall and the Robertson, but the ordinal utility is developed by the Allen and J.R. Higgs. This is an important because I think so. This question is asked in the previous lecture, previous question paper, might be in the NET state examination. Okay, so ordinal utility, Allen and the Higgs. Okay, and the cardinal utility, Marshall and the Robertson. Okay. Let's move to let's see the law of diminishing marginal utility. Now this is the first law of Gaussian. Okay, what is the first law of Gaussian? You just heard about that, Gaussian's first law, Gaussian's second law. So the first law is law of diminishing marginal utility, comprehensive, explained by the Alfred Marshall. Now this law is stated the more and more unit of the commodity are used, every successive unit given the utility with a diminishing rate. Okay, that is we have already seen this. The provider other things remain the same, although the total utility increasing. So what is the assumption of this? That is utility measure in the cardinal number. Yes, standard units of measurement, homogeneous units. Yes, so whatever the units we consume, that is homogeneous. That we, if we are consuming gulab jamun, so it must be a gulab jamun. If we consume the rasgulla, then it must be a rasgulla. Okay, we cannot take the combination of the both. Okay, so there is an homogeneous unit. Then the consumer taste preference are remain same. Okay, they do not change with that. Yes, the first time consumed the rasgulla, and then I said no, I don't like a rasgulla. I'm just wanted to eat gulab jamun. So this like okay. So the taste and preference remain same, and the continuity in consumption. Continuity in consumption, that is the more important thing. Okay, continuity, you don't need to break. If you consume one rasgulla or one gulab jamun in the today, and the one another in the tomorrow, and another in the day after tomorrow, so this is not going to work over here. You just need to continue just one after one after one after one. Like MU, marginal utility, remain constant. Okay, there is no change, and the income and the prices of the goods are remain constant. Consumer is rational. So these are the assumptions. Now, what are the significance? What is the importance of this? The basis of the law of demand is formed, and they explain the concept of the consumer surplus. What is the consumer surplus? From the total cost, when you get a extra uh, revenue, that means not exactly revenue. So and this, when you consumer surplus, whatever you consume, whatever you pay, if you are getting surplus, that is the consumer surplus, you are satisfying more. Okay, so what is a consumer want to pay and what is he paying? That is a consumer surplus. Okay. If he want to pay 100 rupees, but he pay 80 rupees. So 20 rupees is the consumer surplus. Now the price and the marginal utility move together, upward and the downward. Okay. Now, yes, upward and downward, marginal price and marginal utility is going to upward and downward, marginal utility going down and utility going like this. So after that, the marginal utility varies inversely with the supply. Okay, yes, inversely with the supply, because it's like a demand curve. Okay, that's why it's inversely to supply. Marginal utility increases at a quantity of the complementary of the goods increases. Okay, it increases. Now the decreases, marginal utility increases, marginal utility is increases in case of when the complementary goods increases. Okay, marginal utility is decreases when the substitute goods increases. What substitute goods increases? So this is the relation. Okay, with the relation, marginal utility relation with the complementary goods is a positive relation. Okay, is a positive relation, but marginal utility is a relation with the substitute good is a negative relation. Okay, this is a negative relation. Now the exception over here, there is a hobby, music, because we, hobby is like the how the hobby is like you never get dissatisfied or bored with your hobby. So the music, poetry, misery, money, yes, prestigious goods, okay, habitual goods, addiction, drug, okay, drunkard, drugs, okay, the knowledge, more you read, more you consume knowledge, you like to add more knowledge, okay. So this is never ending desire of your life, okay. Arts and the innovation, fashion, product, invisible, bulky, the okay. So this is the exception over here. Now what is the criticism? Because they are talking about the homogeneity, they're talking about the continuity, they are talking about the consistency, rationality. So this is not all possible. So these are the criticism is given on the law of diminishing marginality. The single want at a point of time, okay, mum uh, constant, that means marginal utility of number is constant. Cardinal measurement, so cardinal measurement is already said the cardinal measurement is not possible. How do you calculate your utility in the cardinal way? So this kind, okay. Now you, I hope so you understand the law of diminishing marginal utility. It's the diagram is exactly like the this, okay, the marginal utility. Now the equi marginal utility. So you have to be the, this is the equi marginal utility is nothing but a Gauss's second law. Okay. So equity marginal utility is also called as equity law, equality law of a substitution, law for maximum satisfaction, principle and the proportion between the price and marginal utility. So this is all the other names of the equimarginal utility. Okay, the equality law, law of substitution, okay, law of maximum satisfaction, these are. Now again the this law is also because it's Gauss's first law, and after it's identified by the Alfred Marshall. You know that is everywhere you are hearing about the name of the Alfred Marshall. Okay, and so he is a, yes. Now this law is explain the behavior of the consumer when he consume more than the one commodity. Yes, when more than, okay, okay, so here consume the commodity when there is more than one commodity. That means what is that? In the law of diminishing marginality, what we talk about, we talk about there is a homogeneity. If you consume the gulab jamun, we are just consuming gulab jamun. So here the criticism is going to be work more than one commodity. That means if I here I took a one consume at a time or two product, two commodity. Here is an one is gulab jamun, okay, gulab jamun, and here is an a rasgulla. Okay, here is a rasgulla. So these two are the comparable in the equimarginal utility. What is happening here? If I consume the one gulab jamun, then I consume the rasgulla. If it is again the gulab jamun, again the rasgulla, again the so like this, what is happening over here? The last unit, whatever we consume in the gulab jamun, and last unit we consume in the rasgulla, they having the same percentage of the utility. That's it. That is the equimarginal utility. So in order to maximize the utility, the consumer allocate his income and the various goods in such a way that a ratio of the marginal utility at a price of such goods be equals to marginal utility of money. That means whatever the ratio we have calculated marginal utility to the price of each goods, whatever the money we spend, here is a one more thing which is added, that is a money. That is the money is also an important aspect in the equimarginal utility. You have to just keep in mind that is two or more product, okay, and one more thing, that is the money, or the, you can say that is the price is added. So equimarginal utility having two things, that is the marginal utility is calculated on the basis of the price of each goods equals to its marginal utility. Whatever you pay for the last unit is equals to your marginal utility of the money. Clear it? So what are the assumption? Obviously the consumers are rational. Then the utility measurable in the cardinal number. You can measure it's a cardinal number. Then the marginal utilities, the monies remain constant. Okay, and then the income of the consumer is given and fixed because the income is already included in this. That's why the income is also an assumption. It's a part of the assumption. Then the price after the commodity are constant. The hence the prevail in the perfect competition based on the law of diminishing marginal utility, and the utilities are the independent. Clear? Because the two things are there, two commodities are over here. So that's why the utilities are also independent. They do not depend on the each other. They are not dependent to each other. Clear it? Now, what are the limitations and what are the criticism is given that not applicable in the indivisible and the bulky goods. So again, they are criticizing that is not available in the bulky goods or whatever. So what? So again, that is the marginal utility of the money is constant. Okay. Then the assume the cardinal measurement of the concept and the utilities are interdependent. That is a point. That is a criticism. The utility are interdependent. If you're consuming two goods, both the utility are independent. Okay. So they are saying that if you're consuming gulab jamun, if you're consuming the rasgulla, they are interdependent to each other. Okay. Fine, there is a criticism. Then the independent budget period. Okay, so there is a no budget period is given in this law. Okay, so hope you understand that law of equimarginality is about. So let's understand it more in a very deep way to the table, to the diagram, and to the formula. Let's see. So here there is a commodity that is apple and the orange. Okay, there is no rasgulla. Now we take a rasgulla and gulab jamun. I like it. Gulab jamun. Okay, and rasgulla. I don't like. Okay, I like this to this. Okay, so here is an gulab jamun. Here is an rasgulla. So what is happening? What are the total utility and what is the total utility of the rasgulla? Okay, so the 25, 45, 63, 78, 88 and 92. What is going on here? Is increasing. Okay, what about the marginal utility? So here is a marginal utility first to 25, then it's 20, there is an 18, there is an 15, then of 10 and then it's a 4. So what is happening? Total utility is increasing. Okay, total utility is increasing. But in what rate? You can see that is a diminishing rate. Okay, it's in the diminishing rate. So this is an feature of the marginal utility. Now, what about the rasgulla? Rasgulla is also kya? What 30? Then 41, the difference is 11. Then the 41 to 19, 18 difference. Then 49 to 58, 5. Okay, then 54 to 58, 4, and the 54 to 6, that is a 3. So here is also you can see if you're just looking, that is total utility is increasing but at a diminishing rate, marginal utility also given. So this is there is a no difference, just there is a calculation difference. Here is you can see there is a unit of the gulab jamun. Okay, here is a unit of the rasgulla. हम तो रसगुल्ला गुलाब जामुन ही खाएंगे आज तो चलो हाँ so what is going over here, the diagram is the marginal utility of the gulab jamun and the unit of the gulab jamun. So here you see if you this is what, this is a diagram of the margin utility. Here you can see this is a total utility. This is decreasing the margin. This is marginal utility MU and this is a margin utility. So what is happening over here? The satisfaction level is the same. Okay, same. So what is here? There is the formula of the equimarginal utility. That means if the marginal utility of the X, if the rasgulla is X, and sorry, gulab jamun is X, rasgulla is Y. Okay, so marginal utility of X, gulab jamun, is divided by its price. Okay, is equals to marginal utility of Y and its price is equals to if I consume one more another thing like laddu. So what is happening? The marginal utility of laddu is equals to its price. That's why the marginal utility is M, that means in any at level they having a same marginal utility, that is equi-marginal utility. So this is an important formula. They might be asked this type of questions many times. According to their other formulas, they can ask the formulas directly formula. So you have to keep in your mind. Now let's understand the budget line. Okay, we have consume a lot. Okay, lots of gulab jamun, lots of rasgulla. So we need to be a budget line. We need to prepare budget line. We're spending a lot of money to eating the rasgulla and gulab jamun. So let's understand what is a budget line. So budget line is nothing but it is a bundle. And literally graphically represent the bundle of the two goods which a consumer can buy with the given budget. Okay, whatever the budget is given, in that budget you have to buy the two goods, okay, and consumed it. So this is the budget. Okay, so it is called as a price line, price opportunity line, and the price minus income line. Okay, it's also called as the budget line is also called as price line. Okay, price opportunity line, price income line, price constraint line. Again I'm reading that. You have to just recalled with me. Okay, just repeat behind me. Okay, the budget line is a price line, budget line is a opportunity line, budget line is a price income line, budget line is budget constraint line. Okay, and again the budget line is a consumption possible line also. Okay, so it is expressed. How do we express it? This is the price of the X commodity and the quantity of the X commodity. We multiplied it plus the price of the first commodity and the price of the second commodity is either it is a less than or equals to its marginal utility. M, money, sorry, it's M is money, no money, it's a money. Okay, M is money or it's a price. Okay, now what is a budget set, ma'am? Budget set means a combination, set means a combination in the positive quadrant, okay, which lie on or below the budget line. We'll see in that diagram. Okay, I will here you can see. Okay, the positive quadrant which lie on or on or below the budget line. So here you can see this is a quadrant. Okay, we will discuss it later. Let's understand the things before. The assumptions are given, that is the two commodities. Okay, income of the consumer given. Okay, the two commodities must be there. There must be income of the consumer, they consume from their income. Okay, market price is given, expenditure is equals to income. You do not have a much expenditure if you have a expenditure more, income less, so this is not going to be work over here. The expenditure is must be equals to the income. Now what is going, there's the change in income, and change in relative price. There is a relationship between the change in income. If your income is changing, you're changing relative to the price. So here's a budget line is shifting parallelly. Parallelly, that is a location of the new budget line is parallel to the initial one. That is we will discuss over here. Just come to finished it first. Change in the relative price, that is budget line rotate. Okay, budget line rotating, that is a shifting, not a shifting but not a parallel. Okay, if the budget line goes through the parallel, here you can see this here is a budget line. This is original, this is original product that you are consuming. But what is happening, you're consuming more, so the budget line is going to be in the parallel to the old, okay, original one. So what is happening over here, you can see that is budget line is parallel, that is a change in income. It is a budget line shifting parallel. If your income is changing, then your budget line is going to be go to the in the parallel line. Okay, then what budget line is rotating. Okay, shifting, they are shifting, budget line is shifting but not in parallel basis. So how it is working over here, this is the original budget, okay, which I said. But is then what is happening, this is my price, okay, this is my quantity. Okay, what is happening over here, that is the price is quantity is over here. If you decreases your prices, then what is happening, the quantity is increasing, that is in sorry pricing the income. Okay, So it is a price, and this is the, so what is happening? The price is decreasing, quantity is also going to decreasing. Price is decreasing. Sorry. Price is decreasing, quantity is going to be increasing. Okay, price is decreasing, quantity is increasing. Okay, so they are crossing to each other. What happening? They are crossing to each other, and here you can see this is original. Okay, now the price is decreasing, the quantity is over here, then the quantity is also decreasing, but not at a much rate. Okay, so this is a shifting, but not in parallel way. Again, you can see the price is same, no, not changing any changes in the price. But what happened? The quantity is originally is here, then the quantity is two. So what is happening? The quantity is decreasing. So these are the budget lines. Okay, so these are all these three are these three are the change in relative price. Why this happen? Because we change in relative prices, because we changes in the prices. So this all the budget lines is shifting like this. And change in income, if we change our income, okay, if we do changes in the income, so in that case budget line is shifting, but in a parallel way. Hope you understand. So this is a budget line. And how do you prepare, how do you make your equation like this? This is a commodity 1, and this is a commodity X. Okay, is the Y. So what is happening? That is a commodity Y. Okay, marginal utility of Y divided by price of Y, marginal utility of X divided by price of X. So the formula is quantity Y is equals to equation we have create make, that is a marginal utility of commodity Y divided by marginal utility of price. So price of the X divided by price of the Y. So is the quantity of the X. So this way you prepare your equation. So now I think this is the last one. So let's understand what is the consumer equilibrium. So consumer equilibrium is what? Interplay of the budget line and the indifference curve. So what is the consumer equilibrium point? Where your IC curve touch to the point of the origin, that is your, this is the equilibrium point. Okay, so when your demand curve and your IC curve is touching with that point, that is the equilibrium point. So what it will, the indifference curve should be convex to the point of the origin. Yes, it is a convex. You can see this is a convex to the origin. Budget line, this is sorry, this is the budget line. Okay, this is a budget line. Okay, this is a budget line, should be tangent to indifference curve. You can see this is a tangent, exactly tangent to indifference curve. At a point, the equilibrium the slope of the budget line is equals to, slope of this budget line is equals to the slope of the indifference curve. So this is the consumer equilibrium. So what I said that this is where the budget line and this IC curve, indifference curve is a touching tangent to each other. Okay, tangent, that means budget line should be tangent to IC curve. So that point is known as the consumer equilibrium. Okay, so thank you so much for your cooperation and love. So here we are stopping our video, ending. Thank you.